Hello again. Previously you saw how to add a new feature to an existing program, a program which had only one file. Sometimes though, your programs will have multiple files, as is the case with the Flask BMI application which we built previously in the course. So we want to add a feature to this application using ChatGPT, and this application has two files, a main.py file where the Python code is, and an index.html file where the HTML code resides. So we want to communicate to ChatGPT both these files somehow. So let's see how we can do that. So previously we started our query by saying I want to add a new feature to the following program. So that was the case with the data visualization GUI. But now we want to start by introducing our files one by one to ChatGPT. So let's say I have a BMI app built with Flask. Here is my main.py file, and then you paste the code of your main.py file. So why am I doing this? Why am I providing the code step by step? Well, because there is a certain limitation in the number of words you can submit in a single query. So perhaps in this case, it would be enough to submit both files in one single query, right? That could work. But with longer programs where you have multiple files, you want to follow the method I'm following now. So introduce the files one by one. And so initially, ChatGPT will give you a description of the code you have. Paste it here. So that's not something we need, but we can wait for ChatGPT to finish the answer. So it is simply explaining what the code does. Now we want to introduce, and here is my templates /index.html file served by the main.py file. So there you copy and paste that file. See that I mentioned the complete path of the file. So index.html is inside the templates folder. That's why I mentioned the complete relative path to the project. And then paste the HTML code, press enter. ChatGPT will again try to explain what that code does, and then it's time to ask about the new feature. So the new feature is going to be this. Currently the program gives the BMI like this. Now the new feature is going to be some emojis next to this number, and will show a certain emoji if the BMI is in the normal BMI range, and some other emojis if it's outside of the normal range, so some conditional there. So let's go back to ChatGPT and ask it to give us this new feature. And let's write the query for that. So I want to add a new feature to that program. So with that, you're specifying that you're talking about the codes you have been discussing in this chat. Then give the details about your new feature. So I want to display a positive emoji next to the BMI result when the BMI is in the normal range, and a negative emoji when the BMI is outside of the normal range. So that's it. Press enter and wait for the updated code. And there we got an answer from ChatGPT. So it's telling us what we need to change. Actually, this is not the complete code. So as a programmer, you should be careful with the output of ChatGPT. You should be able to understand what's going on. So for example, ChatGPT didn't give us the entire code, only those lines we need to update, which is the lines inside these if tags, right? So you can either say here, oh, give me the complete code to get the complete code. Or I would prefer that I just copy these, only these lines, and go to my HTML code. And so these are what I need to replace. If BMI and if, and yeah, remove these blank lines, this as well, so these two as well. Yeah, that's the code. So let's reload the app and see if we've got the desired results. So there we go. Let's enter a new height, 1.8, 120 for the weight, calculate. Yeah, we get this BMI and an unsatisfied smiley. So the app seems to be working fine. And that's how you use ChatGPT to add features to multiple file programs. So first you present both files as we did here, one by one in two separate queries, and then you ask ChatGPT to update your app. Thanks for following. I'll see you in the next videos.